They say it only glows when it wants to be found. Off the coast of Hokkaido, among a string of islands too small for most maps, lies the reef of Hama'kai. The fishermen avoid it not because it's dangerous, though it is, but because of the glow, a pale blue light flickering just below the surface on moonless nights, as if a lantern swings in the deep. The locals call it the soul light. The elders don't speak of it, but if you press the drunks, they'll mutter warnings. The lantern calls the cursed, or it remembers who stole the fire. It was this glow that brought deep-sea archaeologist Lena Ito to Hama'kai. She wasn't just another adventurer chasing ghost stories. Lena had something real, a coded map Bush recovered from a Japanese submarine that vanished in 1944. The map had led to other strange coordinates, places of lost ships, sunken shrines, vanishing islands. But all of them pointed back here, to the reef. And one name whispered in margins, Hama'kai. Her father had gone looking for it 20 years ago. He never came back. The first dive was smooth. The reef rose like a jaw from the abyss, sharp black coral teeth stretching toward the surface. As Lena descended with her team, their lights caught carvings on the stone, ancient ones, symbols no one could read, etched by hands long forgotten by history. Then came the glow. At first it looked like bioluminescent algae, but it moved against the current, pulsing in steady rhythm, like a heartbeat. It came from a fissure in the rock, a vertical tunnel descending beyond visibility. Against all better judgment, Lena went in. They called it the Lantern Chamber. A spherical cavern buried in the reef, its walls lined with sunken relics, helmets, swords, books, even bones, suspended in petrified coral. And at the center, a lantern, not a modern one. It was forged of stone and brass, shaped like an inverted lotus, glowing from within with that same soul light. No fuel, no flame, just light, humming with something alive. The moment Lena touched it, everything changed. Over the next weeks, the team fractured. Some refused to return to the chamber, claiming they heard voices calling from the deep. Others vanished. Equipment malfunctioned, memories blurred. One diver carved strange sigils into his skin and leapt overboard in the night. Lena became obsessed. She studied the lantern night and day, tracing the engravings, the glow, the shifting hum. She began to dream. In these dreams, she stood in the dark before a vast gate beneath the ocean, while robed figures whispered in a language older than time, always the same phrase: the fire was stolen, the fire must return. She began to suspect the truth. The lantern was not made by humans. It was not even of this world. One night, her dreams led her to an ancient Buddhist scroll stored in the Sapporo archives, sealed for centuries. It depicted a godlike being, cloaked in kelp and crowned with coral, holding a lantern identical to the one from the reef. The being was labeled Tenkakayo, the sea that burns. According to the text, long ago, a monk stole the fire of the ocean, a divine force meant only for the deep. He caged it in the lantern and hid it in a reef called Hama'kai, binding it with prayer and blood. But the fire was not a gift. It was a prison, a signal. Every few generations the lantern called out, to the curious, to the lost, to the thieves of fire. Lena made her final dive alone. She brought the lantern up. The sea churned black. Thunder boomed without clouds. The crew begged her to throw it back. She didn't listen. She took it home, locked it in a chamber of reinforced glass. Cameras caught her speaking to it, feeding it salt water, singing to it in the language from her dreams. The last footage showed her laughing, face pressed to the glow, whispering, "It's coming." Then the lights went out. Reveal. The lantern was never a relic. It was a key, a beacon. And Lena Ito had turned it back on. In the months that followed, ships went missing in the Pacific. Coastal villages flooded under clear skies. Whales beached themselves in patterns, perfect spirals of bone and flesh. And on a clear night off the coast of Japan, satellites caught something rise from the trench near Hama'kai. Something miles wide, shaped like a lotus, glowing with ancient fire. They say the lantern of Hama'kai still glows, waiting for the next soul to steal the fire. Some say it was never calling us. It was calling them.